我们正处于第三次科技革命，互联网、云端技术和大数据让我们敲击键盘、点击鼠标就能对各种信息触手可及。然而，爆炸的信息量、其可靠性和安全性存在一定风险。在这种情况下，一种新的互联网数据结构便孕育而生，这就是区块链。区块链是分布式数据存储、点对点传输、共识机制、加密算法等计算机的新型应用模式。它的本质是一个去中心化的数据库，是由遗传使用密码学方法的相关联产生的数据块。每一个数据块中包含一批次网络交易信息，用于验证信息的有效性、防伪性和生成下一个区块。区块链的概念雏形基于计算机学家 Ralph Merkle 1978年关于公开蜜月加密系统的有关研究。30年后的2008年11月1日，自称美籍日裔的中本聪发表的《比特币：一种点对点的电子现金系统》一文中，正式提出区块链的概念。文章系统阐述了基于 P2P 网络技术、加密技术、时间戳技术、区块链技术等的电子现金系统的构架概念。2个月后，理论步入实践。2009年1月3日，第一个序号为0的创世区块诞生。几天后，2009年1月9日，出现了序列号为1的区块，并与序列号为0的创世区块相连，形成了链，标志着区块链实物的正式诞生。而中本聪本人始终对公众保持神秘，他的真实身份依然未知。日本媒体常将他称作中本哲史。
Just a fun fact.Blockchain is a data structure that was originally invented in like 1978, and it was actually patented by a fellow named Ralph Merkle. So blockchain itself is really a data structure. The innovation that really occurred, so for 30 years almost, no one could figure out, what the unique use for this was. There are a variety of reasons for it. But Satoshi Nakamoto, or whoever they were or that was, looked at it and said, you know what this would be really good at? Is essentially offering the ability to exchange value without anyone overseeing it. If I have something, okay, in this case it was a token that would presumably be valuable, I can give it to this person, and it's completely trustful and guaranteed. And that was a major innovation because actually, that aim was around for a long time. There was a product called eCash that, tried to approach it. So that was 1.0. It essentially looked at the blockchain and said, we could use this to do something that hasn't been done before. Run software and get things done that no one's running. There's no people sitting around. All you do is give, individuals or operations the code, they spin it up, and this thing grows and grows and is able to do this thing. So Ethereum came along and said, wow, that's cool, but that's only one thing. That's just exchanging value. What if we could actually do more complicated things? We could actually not just exchange value, but we could structure whole complicated interactions among people and let it run. And that was really the major achievement of Ethereum. I guess another achievement was, I use maybe more sort of technical term of mintage. And that is you create a public blockchain and, you have tokens, but you have a standard that you can let people use that token on their own, create their own identity with that token, and do with it what they want.
在区块链数据库中，数据仅可以通过共识算法以块的形式增加。 不可修改或删除，以防止篡改。每个区块至少会包含一个块生成的时间和出块签名。所有的交易数据都会被双方签名，以防止抵赖。传统区块链中，新增区块中储存上一个区块的信息，并通过此信息将上一个区块相连。而在区块链多节点网络中，所有节点都有浏览区块的权限，但并不能完全控制区块。所有节点都有验证区块、参与共识，并通过共识增加数据的权利。通过区块链可以实现不依赖信受第三方数据记录和链上数据溯源，通过点对点网络的数据通信和可信价值交换，以及对所有面向系统中心控制者的共计都有非常强的抵抗能力。综上所述，区块链技术使得数据结构实时同步，不存在欺诈、作假、数据入侵和泄露的可能性。通俗来说，区块链技术相当于一个收录所有历史交易的总账，每一个区块包含若干笔交易记录，可以将区块链技术看作是一个账本，那么整个区块就是账本上的每一页，而交易的细节都被记录在任何人都可以公开浏览的网络空间。区块就是很多交易数据的集合，它被标记上时间戳和之前的区块独特标记。有效的区块获得全网络的共识认可以后，会被追加到主区块链中。区块链是由包含交易新的区块以后向前有序连接起来的数据结构。
So why do we need it? I mean, it's a very kind of disputed topic in a lot of ways because people see the advantages and disadvantages of it differently. But the core principle, I suppose, that everyone agrees on is that we can build systems that no longer have layers of middlemen who are both intervening on the actual state and operation of the technology and even can change the business function and even more so can charge for that all. So those are like the three core advantages of what I call distributed ledger technology, and blockchain being sort of the idiom that describes the category as a whole. One, enabling people to operate technology without the intervention of questionable hands-on and changes and opportunity to perhaps alter what should really happen. And then the business layer, which can also intervene in similar ways. And there's also, I guess, one thing that I did leave off, and that is there's new ways of sort of reducing cost and reducing friction. And that, of course, is the whole value proposition that's behind, the, I guess, cryptocurrencies or tokens or however you want to describe them. But ultimately, they're systems of value that can reduce costs, can reward people who contribute, and incent people to actually even adopt the technology.
在一个分布众多节点的系统中，每一个节点都具有高度自治的特性。节点直接连接彼此，可以自由连接，形成新的连接单元。任何节点都可能成为阶段性中心，但不具备强制性的中心控制功能。节点与节点之间的影响会通过网络而形成非线性因果关系。这种开放式、扁平化、平等性的系统现象或结构被称之为去中心化。随着主体对客体的相互作用的深入和认知机能的不断平衡，认知结构的不断完善，个体能从自我中心结构中解除出来。这个过程也被称之为去中心化，而区块链技术也是去中心化概念的具体实践。在当今的社会中，几乎所有的机制都具备中心化的特质。虽然绝对的去中心化并不优于绝对的中心化，但不可否认，在当下环境，中心化机制更容易出现作假、舞弊等情况。区块链技术所带来的并不是绝对的去中心化，而是作为一种可以实现去中心化的工具，使价值交流环境更加澄清透明。而所谓中心，即是像阿里巴巴的支付宝、苹果公司的 Apple Pay、腾讯的微信支付等工具，是指事故纠纷发生后所要进行追究、仲裁和问责的主要部门。 目前，诸如谷歌、百度、亚马逊、IBM、阿里巴巴旗下的蚂蚁金服等世界大型网络公司，都已经对区块链技术进行深入研究和开发。不仅如此，银行业、零售业也在试图对区块链技术进行植入和探索。法国巴黎银行、美国花旗银行、雀巢、沃尔玛都在进行区块链、以太网等技术架构。然而，当这些大型中心实现了去中心化的技术，将会产生怎样的革新？
So the revolution depends on who is advantaged in the revolution. From the perspective of, as it were, users of the technology, that would be, I guess, that's how we'll look at it from Amazon or any e-commerce operation, what they do. So there, the tokens are a significant game changer for how they can operate things like their own supply chains, how they can reward or compensate or incent their supply chains to give them discounts. Similarly, whether it's Alibaba or Amazon, their customers would also participate in that kind of a value system, whereby Amazon tries to incent you to come to Amazon and use Amazon services, and customers would obviously have an advantage and an incentive to use them. If those tokens were offered widely and there's an ecosystem built around those tokens, you start to achieve something that really was a vision that in a weird way began with Bitcoin, and that is to say, this is a whole new currency. This is a whole new currency that operates on a completely different set of economic principles, and in many ways, and some people see advantage to this, disadvantages, or a mix of it, but the value system is largely entirely point to point. There's not all the intermediaries in between that are for whatever reasons determining the value at any given time for any other extraneous reasons, and people are also able to sort of interact with each other and in effect determine even their own use of that value.
作为区块链技术最重要的一个环节，比特币一定是不可不谈的议题。比特币是与区块链共同诞生的概念，同样由中本聪在2008年11月1日提出，次年1月3日正式诞生。根据中本聪的思路设计发布的开源软件以及建构其上的 P2P 网络，比特币是一种 P2P 形式的虚拟加密数字货币，点对点的传输意味着一个去中心化的支付系统。与所有货币不同，比特币不依靠特定货币发行机构，它依据特定算法，通过大量的计算产生。比特币经济适用于整个 P2P 网络众多节点构成的分布式数据库来确认并记录所有的交易行为，并是用密码学的设计来确保货币流通各个环节的安全性。P2P 的去中心化特性与算法本身可以确保无法通过大量制造比特币来操纵币值。基于密码学的设计可以使比特币智能被真实的拥有者转移或支付。这同样确保了货币的所有权与流通交易的匿名性。比特币与其他虚拟货币最大的不同是其数量非常有限，具有极强的稀缺性。2017年12月17日，比特币达历史最高值$19,850。然而，今年9月，比特币出现滑铁卢，市值暴跌。Joseph 认为，比特币出现如今的局面，其根本原因是因为它到目前为止依然没有成为一种真正的货币体系。
Ideally, what Bitcoin failed to do is become a real currency, a thing that you can use. You can go out and buy milk or go to the gas station and get something, or go on to Amazon and buy some product. We haven't got there. We're a long way. But one of the promises of a particular platform and the token that it uses is for it to become that value store and that generate that sort of value ecosystem and economy.
近年来，第5代移动通信系统 5G 已经成为通信业和学术界讨论的热点。5G 的发展主要有2个驱动力：一方面，以长期眼镜技术为代表的第4代移动通信技术 4G 已全面商用，对下一代技术的讨论已提上日程；另一方面，移动数据的需求爆炸式增长，现有移动通信系统难以满足未来需求，从而继续研发新一代 5G 系统。5G 移动网络与早期的2G、3G 和4G 移动网络一样，5G 网络是数字蜂窝网络。在这种网络中，供应商覆盖的服务区域被划分为许多被称为蜂窝的小地理区域，表示声音和图像的模拟信号在手机中被数字化，由魔术转换器转换并化作比特流传输。5G 网络的主要优势在于数据传输速率远高于以前的蜂窝网络，最高可达每秒10 GB， 速度是现有4G LTE 蜂窝网络的100倍。另一个优点是较低的网络延迟，目前的4G 技术网络延迟在30到70毫秒之间，而5G 网络低于1毫秒。由于数据传输更快，5G 网络不仅仅为手机提供服务，而且将成为一般性的家用和商用网络供应商与有线网络提供竞争。以前的蜂窝网络提供了适用于手机的低数据率互联网接入，但一个手机发射塔不能经济地供应足够宽带作为家用计算机的一般互联网供应商。5G 时代的蜂窝数据提速势必为千家万户的互联网接入带来崭新的变革。那么 5G 技术与区块链的结合又会给人们带来怎样的变化？
You know, that's an interesting thing. I've never thought of it. When I look at that, it's bandwidth. It increases bandwidth, it increases speed, it provides access easily to places that currently have no hope of having access and no hope of having access at a speed that is, reasonable for, doing anything practical. So that's the sort of value. How it figures in blockchain technology or things like that is probably most significantly in the fact that it's bringing high-speed communication, high-speed internet availability to a whole set of new places that it doesn't exist. And that would then also open up a sort of wider world, a wider, possibly and most likely, a wider set of ecosystems that could even perhaps bring that world, bring the living standards up by letting people, previously who had no access to obtaining goods to improve whatever job they're doing or whatever trade they're doing, or to exploit and then develop whatever ecosystem they live in terms of economic system they live in. So I guess there's kind of a sort of, secondary relationship. It's really, I often digress into my history of pretty much being there when the internet was created. It's a long history, but I suffered the joy and the pains of its shortcomings when it first arose, and constantly watched how it improved itself, and how what was originally just simply a research project and what simply served initially a scientific community, eventually, as the tools improved, as people understood how to use it. These are the analogies to how blockchain is evolving, how they would use it and how they would, create both the technology extensions and the business models to exploit it and change whole paradigms of how we do things. All you have to do is walk down the street and see, nobody looking anywhere but on their cell phones. That still is just a part of the evolution of the internet. Probably blockchain will just change a lot of what they're able to look at and remove a lot of the barriers or reduce the costs of a lot of things that they're looking at as they're walking down the street. And with 5G, the super speed of 5G, which exceeds, pretty much even the best, in most cases, pretty much even the best line speeds that you can get in the best areas where internet is super high speed, everyone will have access. So it's like, right now, no one can really be sure what all the results are going to be, but they're going to be very significant and easily as significant in the end as the internet's arrival and its evolution was itself.
您正在收看的是凤凰卫视。